And back at halftime, you see the score. It's 28-28. Jeff Lloyd along with former Auburn head basketball coach Sonny Smith. And Sonny, the tempo of this ball game has been exactly what Wofford wanted it to be. And I wonder what is being said in the locker rooms right now from both these coaches' standpoints.
Well, Wofford has definitely controlled the tempo of the basketball game. They have stayed in because they rebounded exceptionally well. They've got some offensive rebounds for stickbacks. If it weren't for turnovers, they'd be leading this basketball game. Now, Alabama has stayed in the game with second shots. They have not got their offense. They just haven't been able to get it going yet. And they need to get there. They're going to come out with a plan to try to get the offense going. A little bit more patience, a little bit more movement on offense will help Alabama get going. But what's going to happen is Richard Johnson's going to come out and try to control the tempo in the second half. And it's going to be whoever controls the tempo going to win this basketball game.
Well, it's interesting that the highest scoring team in the nation has been held to 28 points here in the first half. And I know that they are sometimes looking like they're rushing things, trying to push things maybe a little bit quicker than they would like to.
Well, what's happened here, Wofford has got their team right down in the paint. One guy's guarding the ball, the rest of the people got 1 foot in the paint. Now, when they get that 1 foot in the paint, they're not allowing much action to take place in there. So Alabama's got to score from the outside. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to knock it down, but they have lived off the second shots. Gerald Wallace has done a real good job of getting on the offensive boards, and so has Irwin Dudley. And in the second half, they're going to have to knock down something from the outside and not live off second chance points.
Well, that's what Richard Johnson told us before the game started. He said that we want to try to get them to, if they're going to beat us from outside rather than inside.
Well, what's happened for Wofford, they have not been able to get their shooters really involved. Ian Chadwick has had some good looks, but he hadn't been able to knock them down. He got a little bit better later in the ball game. Nixon has had a good first half, but Hasty has been the guy that really got the job done for the Wofford Terriers.
Well, the score here at halftime is 28-28. We'll continue here at Pullman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa with an interview, and we'll have halftime stats. All that's still ahead on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
This is my friend Rodney. This is my friend Rodney on heroin. This is Rodney on heroin. Rodney on heroin. Rodney on heroin. Rodney on heroin. Rodney. That was my friend Rodney.
Cinemax is looking great.
Oh, absolutely.
And now there's more of it with Multimax from Cinemax.
Sounds great.
4 different movie channels. It all starts with Cinemax.
Got a different movie every night at 8.
But if you want an alternative, there's more Max. Want to see stuff blowing up? There's Action Max. And if you want suspense,
I love thriller movies.
There's Thriller Max. 4 different channels for the movie fans. It's Multimax from Cinemax.
CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. With over 200 games on our schedule, nobody brings you as much exciting college hoops action as CSS. Games from schools in the SEC, ACC, Big East, Big 10, Big 12, and Conference USA. Games from Southeast region conferences like the SoCon, Big South, Transamerica, SWAC, and Gulf South. Plus in-depth coaches shows from top schools. With more games you want to see and more shows you want to see, CSS has the Southeast covered. See it here on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
So the sales guy at this local satellite dish place tells us, good news because we can now get local channels.
They do, but not all of them.
When they say local stations, they don't mean everything.
And I have to pay extra, and I have to pay extra every month.
Every month.
Every month.
Who decides which local channels I get?
They choose what local channels.
So I have to pay extra for them, but I don't get to pick them.
So what am I paying for?
Satellite TV isn't all it's dished up to be.
I spent a lot of time with this guy, but
I don't think he knew what he was talking about.
Back at halftime, 28-28 our score. We're pleased to have Greg Polinsky, who is a former assistant basketball coach here at the University of Alabama and now a scout for the New Jersey Nets, and he is here courtside. And what would you say about this basketball game? A little bit surprising perhaps when you look at a team that has been as successful as Alabama has early, and then you got Wofford that is coming in not supposed to be where they are today.
Well, having had first experience coaching against them in the Southern Conference, Richard does a really nice job, and they tempo the game well. They use the passing game. They play really good defense. As you saw, they trap down in the post. They don't give you anything easy. And then they make you go down and work defensively. And I think with Alabama, they're kind of a high-octane team. They want to get out and run. And I think they've broken the century mark 3 times. And so I think this game for them tonight is a much different tempo, which is probably why they don't look nearly as sharp.
Let me ask you, are you here tonight as a Alabama basketball fan, or are you here as a New Jersey Nets scout?
Well, I'm here as a New Jersey Nets scout. I still follow Alabama and obviously had some good years here and like to see them do well, but I wanted to see one of their players, Ian Chadwick, play against this level of competition, play against this type of athleticism, see if he can still do some of the same things that he did in the Southern Conference, and so that's basically the reason I came this evening.
What can you tell us about what you've seen tonight? Because early it seemed like he was having trouble getting open, but as we look at the stats, he's got 9 points at halftime.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was talking to one of the fans over here that I've known, and that's kind of how he is. He's a guy that he can score so much in spurts because he can really shoot the basketball. He's got a very quick release. He puts it down. He looks like he's improved in that area. Alabama's actually done a very good job on him. You know, they forced him to take a large number of shots, and I think that's what, you know, I'm sure from the defensive approach they want to do is make sure he's going to get his points probably, but you want to make him work hard and take a number of field goals to get there. You don't want him to maximize his field goals by, you know, putting up high numbers here early.
See any other NBA prospects out there?
Well, there's probably 2 or 3. I think those are fairly obvious.
Well, we are at halftime, and it's 28. Greg, thank you for stopping by and visiting with us, and good luck, continued success with your scouting chores with the New Jersey Nets.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment as we continue here from Coleman Coliseum. Thank you.
We've been looking at these new satellite dishes.
The more we look, the more questions I have.
So, when they install this thing,
Let me get this right. Some people that I don't even know, who are they? Are going to come to my house and nail this dish into my roof.
Is this true? I have to pay for the dish,
And then I have to find someone to install it and pay for that.
and I've got to pay for somebody to repair it.
Why do I have to pay for maintenance and repairs?
I just want things simple.
Satellite TV isn't all it's dished up to be.
That's exactly what I thought.
Drugs are the enemy. Fight hard. Hang tough.
I never thought I'd get a credit card until I called Providian. They gave me the chance to prove myself with a Visa secured card. Now, my credit's going up, up, up.
And I got a Visa Gold with a $1,000 credit line and no savings deposit. No card helps you build your credit faster. And because I was responsible, I got the credit I deserve.
And nothing feels like gold in the palm of your hand. I have a few cards in my wallet, but this is my first gold card. And with Providian, my credit just keeps getting better. You know,
Gold means a higher credit line and more perks. Hey, people treat you differently when you have a gold card, but nothing compares to the prestige of
Platinum. I got a great rate, high credit line, and no annual fee. This is definitely the Visa card for me. Which one's right for you?
At Providian, it's never been easier to get the credit you deserve. Whether it's Visa Classic, Gold, or Platinum, you're just a phone call away. Providian will work hard to give you the Visa card that's right for you. Call now to apply right over the phone. Visa from Providian. We approve.
Jeff Lloyd along with Sonny Smith here in Tuscaloosa at Coleman Coliseum as you see the Wofford College Terriers hanging in with the Crimson Tide of Alabama, all tied at 28. We're going to take a look at the highlights here of the first half, Sonny.
All right, this is Jeremy Hay at the top of the key attempting a jumper. You're going to see Gerald Wallace go up and stick it in. Beautiful second shot rebound by Gerald Wallace. The thing that has kept Alabama in this basketball game has been second shots. Grizzard with a second shot, right back up, sticks it in. They have 12 offensive rebounds, and you've seen 2 of them right there. Great plays. This is Ian Chadwick receiving a screen and knocking down 3, something that he leads the Southern Conference in every year, an outstanding three-point shooter. Here's a beautiful penetrating pass and a dunk by Ken Hasty. Now this is one of the big plays of the game right here. Watch this again. Great, the Phi Beta Kappa takes it downtown.
And they have played very well, and if you look at the statistics here, the shooting statistics not all that great for either ball club. 12 out of 33 for the Terriers, 10 out of 33 for Alabama. The three-point difference here, no three-pointers for Alabama at this point, and the rebounds dead even, and that's a little bit of a surprise. Turnovers, Terriers have 9, Alabama with 6, and the second chance points, as you pointed out, Sonny, a big difference here, and that's what's keeping Alabama in the basketball game.
Alabama's in this game on 2 reasons. Second chance stickbacks. That's number 1. They have 12 offensive rebounds. Number 2, they have gone to the free throw line a lot, and they have made 8 points from the free throw line.
Well, the second half is coming your way next. Stay with us on CSS.
Comedy Central's The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, celebrity guests.
Who wants to see more of me?
I did enter the Tobacco Queen Festival in college for some extra cash.
You win because you have a larynx.
I didn't win.
If you have trading cards of you. It's the only thing I've kept.
The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, Monday through Thursday at 11 only on Comedy Central.
CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. With over 200 games on our schedule, nobody brings you as much exciting college hoops action as CSS. Games from schools in the SEC, ACC, Big East, Big 10, Big 12, and Conference USA. Games from Southeast region conferences like the SoCon, Big South, Transamerica, SWAC, and Gulf South. Plus in-depth coaches shows from top schools. With more games you want to see and more shows you want to see, CSS has the Southeast covered. See it here on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
There's this thing going around called sniffing. You think you're getting high, but the dizzy, fuzzy feeling is just what happens when your brain doesn't get oxygen. The chemicals get in the way. So it's like you're not breathing. That's how sniffing causes brain damage and death. So when you think you're sniffing, your brain thinks you're drowning. And your brain is pretty much right.
Well, we're moments away from getting the second half underway, and it will be interesting to see if the second 20 minutes are as interesting as the first 20 minutes. And Wofford, give them some credit as far as the defensive pressure that they played tonight.
What they did is they put 4 people in the paint. It's sloughed off, sagging type defense with their help side defenders, put pressure on the ball, trying to make Alabama beat them from the outside. Alabama is 0 for 5 on threes. Now, in the second half, a little bit better ball movement, which I'm sure Mark Gottfried has talked about, should get them an open shot with time, and they need to be able to knock down that three-point shot. Another thing, they have got, Wofford has got to keep Alabama off the boards because they're living off second shots right now.
Here's a statistic that might shock you as far as fast break points. 4-0 in favor of Wofford. Alabama has not scored off the break in this basketball game. And a turnover to start the second half. And so Alabama gets it back.
Jeff, I think we can look to see who takes control the first 5 minutes of this game and see if Alabama is ready to make some changes, and I think that they will be.
Wallace starts the second half for Alabama. He's got the ball now. Out to London along with Dudley out there and Grizzard. And also Meade, who has the ball. That is Grizzard, and he bangs it home.
Alabama showed good patience, got a wide open shot on a great screen down for Rod Grizzard, and he knocks it down.
He is patience for Wofford also if they can want to continue to play with this giant here. They're trying to be a giant killer.
Good motion, good patience by Wofford. They just got to take care of the basketball a little bit better in the second half. They will back cut you in a second if you overplay them. Alabama's doing a good job of defending them right now, making it tough on them. They're going to have to get a 4th shot up.
Down to 5 on the shot clock, and they get the basket as that is Ravenel, and that's his first basket of the game.
Well, Ravenel is the guy that has to score points for him. It's good to get him off. I'm sure that Richard Johnson thinks that's good. Now we've got a foul down on the basket.
And that is on Ravenel. That will be his first. They've been working the shot clock down under 10 just about every time they take a shot, and that, of course, stretches the game out a little bit.
What happens on a thing like that, Jeff, is if you can get the other team to doing exactly the same thing, then you're totally controlling tempo. And that's basically what they've done to Alabama at this point.
Mark Gottfried over on the sideline. 34 and 31 his record here. He started the year under 500 as the Alabama head coach. But he's 4-0 to this point in the season.
The guy that's got to get going for Alabama is Meade. They got to free him up and get him something on the outside because they're trying to take away that inside stuff and doing a good job of it.
Nice inlet pass, but it was batted away by Wofford.
Alabama has shown some nice plays on out-of-bounds plays, getting frequent up. Here you're going to see the pass inside. He dropped his foot. Real good defense by Wofford to knock the ball away. Total mismatch. Would have been tough to stop a basket.
London. There's a nice bounce pass to Wallace. Couldn't buy it. Second shot alive. Dudley inside with a jump hook.
Erwin Dudley has been the man tonight. He's got the second shots. He's knocked down the second shots, and he's kept Alabama in striking distance or tied up.
He and Rod Gazard both in double figures. Gazard with a dozen. Dudley with 10.
They're playing off for some of the Wofford players, trying to get them to shoot, but they're doing a good job of staying disciplined and not shooting the ball when they don't have a shot.
Chadwick, a long three, won't go. Inside rebound by Hasty keeps it alive for Wofford.
Well, he's been a force in this game. He's been all over the backboards offensively and defensively. When he didn't get it, he really has kept the ball alive and given Wofford a second chance to get after the ball.
Largent. And now Pryor, nice cut underneath. Wouldn't go. The rebound underneath will fall. That's a putback there by Ravenel.
Missing,
we're tied at 32.
Missing in the first half, making some noise now.
London working one-on-one against Pryor. Nice fake drive, left hand shot. Gazard.
Rod Gazard is alive. That'll get the crowd into the ball game, and that's something Alabama does. They need something to happen to get the crowd in the ball game.
Monday night against Grambling, Gazard was 10 of 10 from the free throw line and rejected there by Wallace.
There's a big time block by Gerald Wallace. That'll get the crowd involved. You're going to see the drive to the basket, a beautiful block by Gerald Wallace.
Meade missed the shot.
And another great rebound.
A rebound away. And now you look at the blocks. Alabama has
5 blocks.
Knocked 5 away. Dudley, being a man inside, he is a dozen.
You let Erwin Dudley post that low with the offensive moves and the strength that he has, he's going to hurt you.
It's clear to see where Alabama has gone here the last couple of trips down the floor. It's been the big men. Of the 8 points they've scored here in the second half, 4 by Gazard and 4 by Dudley as they've gone to the big men, and a timeout called by Wofford here as Alabama has stretched the lead now out to 4. It's 36-32.
A lot better ball movement by Alabama in the second half. A lot better movement, better people, better screens being set. Now they're getting the ball inside and they're getting some production. They're getting better defensive production on the other end because Gerald Wallace is playing an outstanding game.
Well, if you want to keep up with what's going on CSS each day, then the place for you to be is the CSS website at www.css-sports.com. You'll find our weekly schedule there, as well as other information about our network. CSS is your source for sports in the Southeast. You see it right there on your screen. And now a replay of the big man Dudley.
Well, you just cannot let him get that deep. He did a nice drop step, a little jump hook, and he's perfected that a little bit more as he's gone along. Beautiful move along the baseline, misses the dunk.
Ravenel missed the slam and the rebound to Wallace. Alabama could stretch it out to a half dozen. Wallace one-on-one, and it won't fly. And it is a rebound off to Ravenel, and now Wofford's going to push the action and broken up and a foul called against Meade.
You know, that Ian Chadwick going to the board then with the ball on the drive is a sprinter. He has great speed. He just blows by the guy. What's this? Got to foul him because he's gone for 2 if he doesn't.
He's going to go to the line, and he'll shoot a couple. He's already 2 for 2. Chadwick has 9 points in the first half, looking to score for the first time here in the second frame.
Well, he's an excellent free throw shooter, 81% from the line.
The average is 17 per ball game, and the free throw gets the shooter's roll.
He gets the shooter's roll. He's got the very soft touch.
Richard Johnson played at the Citadel. Big guy, he's about 6'8", 6'9".
Yes. Chadwick is from right in the Atlanta area. Did not have many offers out of high school. Boy, somebody messed on that young man. Got a little zone out of Wofford right now.
Want to try to get Alabama to try to shoot from out front.
This is a matchup zone.
That one rattles and falls. London with his first of the night.
Alabama looking much more fluid, moving the basketball better, got a lot more motion in their offense.
John Pryor. This is Largent. Wallace a near steal. Make that Grizzard, I beg your pardon. Got a man underneath. May have walked, got by with it. Had it partially deflected, and it comes away to Dudley for the rebound.
Play getting a little rough around the basket.
All the way. Jumper is good by me for 3.
There's a guy that I thought Alabama needed to get involved on the outside. Terrence Mead, an outstanding outside shooter.
This is an important trip down the court. You talked about the first 5 minutes of the second half. We've hit the 15-minute mark. That's the first three-pointer of the day by Alabama.
Wofford still got to stay patient, not take bad shots, and there's a good shot because he'll knock that one down. 3 points by Ian Chadwick.
Chadwick now has 14 points in the game, 41-37.
Still in the zone, kind of packed in, trying to get Alabama to fire one up from the outside. A little pressure on the basketball.
Get it inside, and he missed the slam. Rebound off to Wofford. Pryor leads the drive all the way down, splits 2 men, hangs in the air, came up short. Wallace the rebound and the break for Alabama. Remember, they didn't have a fast break basket. That one's blocked by Hastings. Got it back, and Dudley unable to control, but out of bounds. It's Alabama basketball. And we've got a timeout on the court, and it's picked up the pace a little bit here. 14:09 left in the ball game. Alabama leads it 41-37. We're coming back right after we take timeout.
Cinemax is looking great.
Oh, absolutely.
And now there's more of it with Multimax from Cinemax.
Sounds great.
4 different movie channels. It all starts with Cinemax.
Got a different movie every night at 8.
But if you want an alternative, there's more Max. Want to see stuff blowing up? There's Action Max. And if you want suspense,
I love thriller movies.
There's Thriller Max. 4 different channels for the movie fans. It's Multimax from Cinemax.
So the sales guy at this local satellite dish place tells us, good news because we can now get local channels.
They do, but not all of them.
When they say local stations, they don't mean everything.
And I have to pay extra, and I have to pay extra every month.
Every month.
Every month.
Who decides which local channels I get?
They choose what local channels.
So I have to pay extra for them, but I don't get to pick them. So what am I paying for?
Satellite TV isn't all it's dished up to be.
I spent a lot of time with this guy, but I don't think he knew what he was talking about.
CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. With over 200 games on our schedule, nobody brings you as much exciting college hoops action as CSS. Games from schools in the SEC, ACC, Big East, Big 10, Big 12, and Conference USA. Games from Southeast region conferences like the SoCon, Big South, Transamerica, SWAC, and Gulf South. Plus in-depth coaches shows from top schools. With more games you want to see and more shows you want to see, CSS has the Southeast covered. See it here on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
You see the sign there, G. Wallace for governor. I don't think they mean George. They're talking about Gerald Wallace, of course, who has come off the bench tonight and has 4 points. But the big story has been Rod Grizzard and Erwin Dudley.
You're going to see a lot of signs on Gerald Wallace before the year's. It may be president next.
11 rebounds.
Player.
11 rebounds tonight, although he's only had the 4 points.
Take shot, Rod. We're one.
Change of defense by Wofford, back to man-to-man.
41-37. 13:57 left in this game, and the pace has been really set the second half by Alabama, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. They have speeded up. They've got the game at a little bit faster tempo right now. And when they get it up to that, they're in control of the basketball game. And Wofford is missing point-blank layups when they get opportunities. So they're going to have to start knocking down the wide-open shot if they're going to stay in this game.
Wallace is 2 out of 4 off the free throw line. He's missed his last 2, but he nestles that one home. It gives him 5 points in the ball game.
Well, Gerald Wallace, when he's not scoring, still provides enough offensive weapons by going getting offensive rebounds, knocking balls loose, rebounding. He's got a lot of skill.
Missed the free throw, and it's a 42-37 ball game. Wofford on the attack, and that rolls off the leg of Sterling and out of bounds.
And another great defensive play by Gerald Wallace. He's in that passing lane. He knows where the pass is coming. He's got a great court awareness for offense and defense.
Wallace got in a little bit of trouble with Mark Godfrey, a little bit of trouble because he predicted they'd beaten Louisville by 30 points, and they ended up beating Louisville by 30, but Mark Godfrey said, don't make any more predictions. This is Doc Martin in the game for Alabama. Down low to Gerald.
Excellent double team by
can't handle it as Sterling picks up the foul.
A little bit of a bump defensively. You're going to see a great double up. Alabama does a good thing by going right back down. They don't have time to go double up, and he does chest him out of bounds. That was a good call by Carl Hess.
Back to action at 13 minutes to play. London near side. This is Brizard in the paint. The Dudley had it blocked by Hasty. Hasty's had about 4 blocks in this game, and Chadwick had his pocket picked, and they had to break the other way. Wallace, look at showtime. Can't get it to go. The crowd was hoping for the slam dunk. Wallace already has 30. Well, the team has 30 slam dunks this year, and Wallace leads the charge.
We're going to see the steal, which was the big deal in this thing, and that was a tremendous steal. And then the pass to Gerald Wallace, who's going in and really gets clipped.
Of the 30 dunks, Gerald Wallace has 20 of them this year.
You got to give Tariq London a lot of credit for Gerald being on the line. That was a tremendous steal.
You look at the free throws. Alabama at the line a lot more tonight.
10 for 13 for Alabama, 4 for 5 for Wofford. Now they're 11 for 14. Ravenel's back in. He was having a good start to the second half. Alabama slowly taking control of the basketball game. We've got to get the patience back by Wofford and see if they can climb back in slowly. They will not be able to get back in quickly.
44-37. Alabama stretches that lead out a little bit more.
Antoine Petway in the game, putting great pressure on the point guard.
And knocked out of bounds. Reaching out with his long arms was Rod Guzzard.
Well, Alabama is doing such a good job of anticipating passes and getting in the passing lane. That's a big change in their defense from a year ago. It's a lot better.
Got the big man out there now, the 6'10" sophomore, Edmund Masick. We have a whistle away from the ball. Mavic, M-A-S-I-C.
Yeah, Masic is a
6'10".
We're going to see how quick that Ian Chadwick is. There he goes. He gets really clipped. He has great quickness. He's got an excellent first step, and he's got the good outside shot, which is a double-edged sword, a double weapon for him. He's a great free throw shooter, shooting over 80%.
And he's 5 out of 5 in this game. Wofford has had 12 turnovers in this ball game, in which Alabama has made 5 points off those turnovers, counting a free throw.
They're getting a lot of turnovers because Alabama's doing a great job of getting in the passing lane and knocking balls off legs, off feet, and out of bounds. And also, they're doing a good job when Wofford penetrates to the basket of getting hands on basketballs.
Chadwick gets a breather for Wofford. In the meantime, it's a 5-point ball game, and we have a little over 12 minutes remaining Looks like Rizard got hit on that sore thumb.
Rizard's being guarded by a smaller man. He would be an excellent post-up guy right now.
Wallace to Petway to the baseline. They'll walk, got a free lane. That was Doc Martin with his first basket of the game.
A defensive mistake by Wofford gives Doc Martin a wide open layup. Good court awareness by Alabama on the last play to hit the open man.
This is Ravenel. They don't really have that three-point shooter out there now with Chadwick on the bench.
Chadwick has to have a blow because he worked so hard without the basketball, running his guy off screens.
Got a timeout on the court. Wofford had not scored in 3 minutes when they got that basket just a moment ago. With a timeout on the floor, it's 46-39. And we're coming back to the Coleman Coliseum in just a moment.
Comedy Central's The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, celebrity guests.
Who wants to see more of me?
I did enter the Tobacco Queen Festival in college for some extra cash.
You win because you have a larynx.
I didn't win.
And you have trading cards of you. It's the only thing I've kept.
The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, Monday through Thursday at 11 only on Comedy Central.
For the inside story on Clemson athletics, it's Inside Tiger Sports. Unauthorized. Game highlights, interviews with coaches and players, special reports, special guests, recruiting updates, and scouting reports. Inside Tiger Sports. Unauthorized.
Inside Tiger Sports can be seen every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. With over 200 games on our schedule, nobody brings you as much exciting college hoops action as CSS. Games from schools in the SEC, ACC, Big East, Big 10, Big 12, and Conference USA. Games from Southeast region conferences like the SoCon, Big South, Transamerica, SWAC, and Gulf South. Plus in-depth coaches shows from top schools. With more games you want to see and more shows you want to see, CSS has the Southeast covered. See it here on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
Jeff Lloyd along with Sonny Smith here in Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And right now it is Alabama dictating the pace. And you look at the bench points, you talked about that at the open.
Yeah, Alabama has 9 and Wofford has 8. And I thought that Alabama had probably moved up. Now the turnovers have gone up for Wofford. That's because Alabama has increased the pressure defensively. The intensity has gone up, and it's causing more turnovers. That's why we have the score what we do right now.
Wofford on the inbound. Nixon had a man underneath. He tried to jam it down underneath, but it went off the hands of Masick.
Alabama playing very physical right now, and it's starting to bother Wofford a little bit.
This is Masick. Masic, I believe is how you pronounce it. He's from Bosnia, by way of Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Just look at it like this. He won't know if we mispronounce it.
Long three is good, and going down and injuring himself is Nixon. And I think that the defender came down on his right ankle, and you see him grasping that, and he is in some pain.
He was fouled on the play, and they landed on him, and they landed on his leg when they did. And he knocks down the three, but he's not going to get to go to the line.
You look at the stats on him this year. He's been very effective in this game, has 8 points, and he is just right at his scoring average at 8.2.
Well, we said in the first half that Nixon needed to get involved, and he certainly got involved, but now he's gone.
That was a long three that he hit to make it a 4-point ball game at 46-42.
And he actually was fouled on the shot also.
But no whistle, and Alabama has the basketball. Petway. And the man being played by Wofford.
You notice it's a sloughing man-to-man. They're backing off of people. Now, Petway may be a guy to knock down a three because he has been shooting very, very well from three.
Nice pass to Wallace inside. The finger roll is good.
Terrence Meade makes a great pass inside. Beautiful ball movement by the Tide.
Good touch pass, and Wallace with the steal, knock away. Petway gets it, breakaway. It's with Walker, and he dumps it underneath for the Eastern Coast.
Great defense by the Crimson Tide. All over people, creating turnovers, running the break.
Doc Martin with the finish at the other end, pushes it out to an 8-point lead.
Patience still needs to be what Wofford needs to do. They've been so successful with that.
They're going to talk it over as the lead has gone out to an 8-point advantage at 50-42, and Richard Johnson wanting to talk things over with his club. They average just 66.2 points offensively, and they've been giving up 67.7, so they're a little bit below their pace as far as offense. You get a look at the replay here.
You just got to look at a great steal and a transition basket, and that's what Alabama's needed to get their motor running. Now, I think you're going to see a different Alabama team come out here and play after this timeout.
Well, we'd like to hear from you. We are always welcoming your questions and comments at CSS, and the best way to get your message to us is through email. Write to css@cable.comcast.com. You see it there on your screen. CSS is your source for sports in the Southeast.
Jeff, watch the defensive pressure increase here. They're doing a good job of getting after people right now.
We're halfway through the second half. Nice move by Lindsey, but he's going to come up short.
Great block.
Going up high to pull it down was Wallace, and they run the break, and he drives and has it come out of his hand. Lots of body contact with no whistle, and they'll say it's just a loose ball out of bounds to Wofford.
Well, there's been more body contact in this game than any that I've been in this year. This has been a physical basketball game. We're going to see a replay on Gerald Wallace's soaring drive to the basket, and the referee is correct. The guy was in the lane. There was no foul on the play.
Just lost the handle on the ball. It flew out of bounds. Wofford on the attack. Underneath, not going to fall. The tip will go by Ravenel.
Ravenel stayed after he got him a second shot and knocked it down. He has been active in the second half.
He has a half a dozen, all of those here in the second frame.
Good double up by Walker.
And that looked like a block. Well, I was going to say it looked like a shove off from Wallace, but they're going to call a blocking foul. Wallace.
You're going to see a replay here. Double up, and you're going to see Gerald Wallace commit a foul, but I don't know what happened.
A little home cooking, maybe.
No, I wouldn't say that. But I would say that foul was missed.
You get those calls at home?
Well, I would like to, but I don't coach anymore.
Alabama will have the basketball, leading by 6. You get a look at second half points, or second chance points. Alabama doing a nice job of putting them back up and in, leading 19-10. Wallace had it knocked away as he tried to clear it out. Wofford on the break, and they'll wisely hold it up. That's Pryor. Largent.
Good defensive pressure. Good patience, good defensive pressure.
He's getting rid of it. Hasty out front. He's had a very strong game tonight.
This is the best defensive pressure I've seen by
Ravenel with the basket, and he now has 8.
Ravenel has slowly worked Wofford right back into this basketball game, even though Alabama has picked up the defensive pressure.
Wofford wants to force a turnover or get it back and try to cut into that lead. Wallace will try to keep that from happening, but missed. And the rebound to Dudley, and he's fouled over the back.
Erwin Dudley doing what he does best, getting on the offensive boards. He has been a force on the offensive boards tonight.
Turnovers, Wofford 13. Alabama has turned it over 8 times. That's for the entire ballgame. That's a pretty good statistic for Alabama.
Now, those were not unforced turnovers. Alabama got after these people and created forced turnovers, and that's attributed to great defense. Real good quickness.
He comes up short for 3. And Alabama comes away with the basketball. Good out hustling Wofford on that play.
Another second chance opportunity for Alabama, and that's been one of the big differences in the second half and the first half. They've had more second chance opportunities.
A 4-point ball game. See the time in the right-hand corner of your screen. And we have a whistle underneath. They were doing some banging underneath there, and I think Hasty.
Well, Carl Hess just stood it as long as he could. Both guys were banging each other very, very hard, and he had to make the call. He tried to stop them once before, and they didn't pay attention. Tennessee beat SMU tonight 85-76. That's a good win for Tennessee over a good basketball team. And Wake Forest is ahead of Kansas to maybe a final. I believe there's going to be an upset here tonight.
Dudley has his first free throw. Wofford has 17 fouls, so they're over the limit. Alabama has just committed 3 fouls here in the second half, so they're in pretty good shape. A foul on Hasty was his third. No individual in foul trouble. 51-46, and the second free throw won't go. And a foul on the rebound, and we'll walk the other way. Well, we won't walk the other way. We'll have
Ravenel forced him to almost have to call it. He drugged that guy with him so he could call that foul.
That's the 4th team foul called against Alabama, so Wofford is not in the bonus as of yet. Gerald Wallace goes out. Rod Grizzard comes back in for the Crimson Tide.
Wofford needs to get patient. Alabama needs to apply pressure. Let's see what happens.
Alabama pushing the pressure out.
They're doing a great job of that right now.
Ravenel to Hastings. This is Pryor. Ravenel on the left wing. They have Chadwick back in there. He's got it in his hands now, and he'll jump up the 3 and rim it out. Ravenel, the offensive rebound, and he's fouled.
You got to give Ravenel a lot of credit. That young man has played a great second half. Bishop Ravenel. Very strong, very physical. Once you get up on that board, he boxes out well. He's got good size. He's very strong, and he does get fouled by both guys.
And a timeout on the court with Alabama leading Wofford by a score of 51-46. We're back to Coleman Coliseum in just a moment.
CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. With over 200 games on our schedule, nobody brings you as much exciting college hoops action as CSS. Games from schools in the SEC, ACC, Big East, Big 10, Big 12, and Conference USA. Games from Southeast region conferences like the SoCon, Big South, Trans-America, SWAC, and Gulf South. Plus in-depth coaches shows from top schools. With more games you want to see and more shows you want to see, CSS has the Southeast covered. See it here on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
Are you one of the millions of American males who would like increased sexual energy? If you've been considering Viagra as a solution, consider something different. All-natural Enerx. Clinical studies show various ingredients of Enerx enhance sexual energy, increasing desire, performance, and satisfaction. Enerx is all natural with no side effects. With Enerx, you'll feel the increased energy within minutes and with no chemicals. We're so sure you and your mate will be completely satisfied. We'll offer you a 30-day, no questions asked, full refund. Enerx stimulates sexual energy by expanding the blood vessels, causing increased blood flow to specific areas of the body. Unleash the power of Enerx now.
Call 1-800-248-0072 toll-free, and it will be delivered discreetly to your home. Get results using the safe, all-natural alternative, Enerx.
Well, this certainly has been a game of swings. Alabama now has not scored a field goal in the last 2 minutes and 41 seconds. It's allowed Wofford to stay close. It's still a 5-point ball game with 7:49 left in the contest, and it is going to be Wofford basketball. The inbound to Chadwick, who gets the screen, rolls to the free throw line. This is Pryor on the right wing, foul line high.
Still good patience by Wofford. Still good defensive pressure by Alabama. Both teams doing what they wanted to do right now.
Chadwick may have had it partially deflected, and it goes off the side of the rim. Rebound, Alabama.
Excellent rebound.
London for the Tide.
Still sagging defensively by Wofford. Trying to get Alabama to take the outside shots. There's the post up they're looking for, and the double up's coming. Good double up by Wofford. Irwin Dudley hands it real well. Timeout by Mark Godfrey. I'm not the least bit surprised at that, because he'd already set a play to handle that double up for the guy to cut down the middle. He didn't cut.
Good job doubling up, as you say, on defense, and that's something we've seen them be able to do, pack things in a little bit, and Alabama's had a little tougher time than what many people may have expected with that.
Yes, the open man, the guy who's being guarded by the guy that goes to double up, has got to make a cut to the basket or spot up. and they have not been doing that. Now Marcus called a timeout, and he's all over the guy that did it. So we're gonna see what happens when they come back out this time.
Well, you look at the night's attendance, over 9,000 here, and they have been drawing very well. I know a lot of people want to come out and get a look at Gerald Wallace, but
yeah, they're looking at more than Gerald Wallace this year. They're looking at an outstanding group of basketball players. They're going to have a good year here.
This basketball team, well balanced, and a very young basketball team. Go battling down to the
defense. I don't know what happened here. I think there was a foul being called here.
Alabama's average
timeout by Wofford.
Alabama's averaged 50 points a half, and they currently have just 51 points for the entire ball game with 7:05 left in the ball game.
You're going to see a replay. The ball is knocked loose by Wofford. They've got the ball on the floor, and Richard Johnson thought that the guy was going to get tied up, so he called for a timeout, which a coach can do from the bench, and he got the timeout. I don't think he wanted that timeout when he saw that he ended up with the ball without any problem.
Alabama leading by 5, 7:02 remaining in this ball game, and when you have a dangerous three-point shooter like Ian Chadwick, that's too close for comfort for Mark Godfrey.
Well, what Wofford has got to do is set more screens for Chadwick to free him up, or get the ball into Ravenel on the inside, because he is hot, and a guy that's hot needs to get touches, and they're not getting the basketball to him.
Saw on the screen that Wofford only has one timeout remaining, Alabama with 3.
Here comes Chadwick off the screen. They're trying to get him free, but Alabama done put the defensive pressure on him.
They're going to call it over and back. Chadwick is claiming that it had been knocked away by Doc Martin, but that's not how the officials saw it.
Well, he actually was taken in backcourt by Ian Chadwick. You can see that Chadwick takes this in the back, but he bounced it off the foot, and the referee did not see that.
Looked like it hit off the foot of the Alabama player.
Well, it did. On the replay, it certainly looked like that. The turnover's now 14-9 for Wofford. That has been Wofford's undoing at this point. They have not been able to hang on to the basketball. Now, give the Crimson Tide credit, because they certainly have increased the defensive pressure.
Clock rolling here as Alabama has the ball. Doc Martin near side London.
They're trying to get the post up. Great steal by Wofford.
They go down on the alternate possession. It belongs to Alabama, so they get it back. They'll have 20 seconds on the shot clock with 6.5 to play.
Out of the timeouts, you had great movement on offense by Alabama. Unfortunate that they did not get a shot, but they did exactly what Mark Godfrey wanted to do coming out of the timeout.
See how they play it on the inbound.
Well, they've been good on that, on dead ball situations, freeing people up. You're going to get a guy coming up through the middle here for the jumper, and Rizard, they covered it real well.
London backing off with the dribble, assessing the situation. Now Meade.
They're into their UCLA guard cut offense, and they're going to have to use it back. There it is. Going to get the post up.
Down to 3 on the shot clock, and he's going to have to force one up. And it looked like he didn't know how much time was left. Alabama, I think, didn't realize that the shot clock didn't start over on the inbound, and so they got a shot they didn't want.
You got to be court aware, especially this late in a basketball game. They will learn that. Mark will certainly work on that in practice next week.
Wofford trying to cut into that lead as Alabama has been stagnant a little bit on offense for the last 3 minutes or so.
Well, it's the tempo. They got caught up in Wofford's tempo, and there's nothing they can do about it because they haven't been able to knock down the outside shot.
From the corner, comes up short. He'll get a second chance. Pryor dumps it off, and Largent kicks it back out for Pryor. This is Chadwick for 3, and it won't go. Alabama on the rebound. Meade picks it out to Doc Martin. Stutter step, takes the 2. Rolls out, not good. And the rebound and a foul. You can tell by the expression on his face, he's not happy with the call.
Well, Alabama got what they wanted. A wide open jumper on a transition break type situation, and got the offensive rebound. And the guy that's been doing the rebounding for him has been Erwin Dudley. Top scorer for Wofford, Chadwick with 16 points. Rizard with 14 points, I believe.
Dudley at the line. He has 13 in the ball game. And he'll be shooting for the 3rd time at the line. He's 1 out of 2. And we have Gerald Wallace coming back into the game for Alabama. Sitting down will be Grizzard.
Well, you're going to get something right now. You're going to get instant something. Instant offense, instant defense. You're going to get something out of Gerald Wallace. Coming off the bench is a good move by Mark Godfrey to get him to get a little lift in his basketball team.
Dudley with the free throw. He's 2 out of 3 off the strike tonight.
Dudley certainly looks like a different basketball player this year. He looks stronger. He looks like he's more confident with his shot, and he's definitely a better post-up player than he was a year ago.
Rim down on the free throw. He's 1 rebound away from a double-double here tonight. 52-46.
Patience by Wofford is what Richard Johnson's going to preach. Good defense by Alabama.
Lindsay, they reverse it. Isolate the man underneath. This is Sterling. Goes off the glass, good.
Got exactly what they wanted, a posted up layup. Sterling.
They are pesky. They're hanging tight. It's a 4-point game with 5 to play. That's a 3 by Meade.
I said early on he was the guy that had to get on track because they were giving up too many wide open shots and nobody was knocking them down. Terrence Meade knocks down a big 3, a big time 3 when they need it.
Sterling trying to get out on the break. We'll look at the fast break here.
Watch the break. Great lead pass ahead, and he definitely got fouled.
Alabama's in a 5-minute scoring drought from the floor until they hit that last shot just a moment ago. So they have been, as we said, swinging back and forth. They play well in streaks, and right now they were in a streak where they had been in a scoring drought. Wofford will inbound the ball, but we'll wait as Kenny Walker checks back in for Alabama, and sitting down is Erwin Dudley. You look at Dudley taking a seat. He has 14 points, has played very strongly. He averages 14.3 and 8.8 rebounds per contest. And they're wiping up the perspiration underneath the basket as we look at the field goals percentage.
19 for 53 for Wofford, 20 for 53 for Alabama. You can't get any closer than that.
This Chadwick reverses it back. Sterling back to Chadwick. To Lindsay.
Good ball movement by Wofford. Got a posted up guy, defended extremely well.
This is a smart basketball team. They won't beat themselves. Talking about Wofford. Chadwick throws up one to draw the foul. The crowd doesn't like the call. It's going to go against London.
That was an excellent call because the defender was moving. And he made some move the basket and moving on an angle. I think if we see that, he will definitely have a problem not being correct on that call.
You look at it again.
There he is. He's going on an angle. See, and the guy falls to the side. That's very difficult to find.
Looks like we have a technical call also because Chadwick's going to go to the line all by himself, and the crowd's into the game now.
Well, it was a correct call.
So we have the 2 free throws coming up, plus we'll have a technical, and they'll get the ball on the bounds.
We're going to take a look at it. He's moving from the side and steps into Chadwick, so that was a correct call by the officials.
Chadwick, in the meantime, while we were showing that replay, hit the first free throw and hits the second as well.
Well, you have the best free throw shooter in the Southeastern Conference. I mean, in the Southern Conference going to the line.
Now he'll shoot the technical. The 2 shots that he shot were on the foul. I beg your pardon, those are the technical.
You're right.
And now they'll have the...
He's shooting the personal foul.
The personal fouls now. And it pulls it to within a 5-point ball game. Chadwick with 18 points, 1 over his average. And the free throw is good.
What a good-looking shooter he is. He is going to set a record in the Southern Conference for threes this year. And it's good to see him playing as well as he is after sitting out 3 games.
He's 10 for 10 from the free throw line. Give him 20. That technical was on the Alabama bench. That's why he shot 2 free throws. It's a 3-point ball game and 4:25 to play. The crowd is in this game now after the technical. Wallace to London.
A lot of patience being shown by Alabama.
All the way, that's good by Walker.
That's the second great move that Kenny Walker has made tonight. He's going to have his presence known on this ball club.
Lead stretched out to 5. We're down to 4 to play. Chadwick had it knocked away, and skying was Wallace. He leads the break and holds it up to London. Switches hands, drives, hangs, shoots. Won't go. Look at Wallace, guys.
Unbelievable rebound and a layup by Gerald Wallace.
And Richard Johnson will use his last timeout of the ball game with 3 minutes, 42 seconds to play.
That's why he's one of the highest recruited players in the country. He is showing it. That's why you got 9,000 people here to look at a great basketball player on a very sound, good basketball team that Alabama has here.
59-52 the score. Wallace now with 11 points and 15 rebounds, a double-double here tonight. He came in averaging at 20 points and a half a game.
There's Kenny Walker's jumper on a down screen. Set him up good. Good play by him. Now you're going to see a great offensive rebound by Gerald Wallace. Look at that. Just soaring up there, goes right back up and lays it in. Athletic, very strong move.
You've got to have a nose for the ball, and you have to know where you are on the court. And as you see, Wofford now all out of timeouts, trailing by 7 with 3:42 to play in this ball game. Over 9,000 in attendance to watch this ball game, and the attendance has been up this year because they are really fired up about this 4-0 Alabama Crimson Tide team, and they're hoping to put number 5 in the win column before they head on the road for 5 straight ball games, including this weekend in Birmingham at the Hardwood Classic, which you'll be able to see here on CSS.
Well, this is a big possession for Wofford coming down, because if they don't come up with something here, the patience in their offense is going to have to go away, and they're going to have to start looking for a shot a little bit quicker, and I don't think that that's their game. And Alabama is going to really increase the defensive pressure. I have been very impressed with Alabama's pressure defense in the second half.
Couple other top 25 games tonight. It was number 6 Tennessee beating SMU 85-76. And get this upset, number 11 Wake Forest blows out number 3 Kansas 84-53. Not only did they upset them, they blew them out. That game was at Wake Forest.
There's a bad turnover.
Trying to force it, and it is off of an Alabama player, so Wofford gets a break. Ravenel will inbound. And we've got a timeout on the floor, as a timeout has been called by Alabama. It's Alabama by 7 with 3 minutes, 35 seconds to play.
Cinemax is looking great.
Oh, absolutely.
And now there's more of it with Multimax from Cinemax.
Sounds great.
4 different movie channels. It all starts with Cinemax.
Got a different movie every night at 8.
But if you want an alternative, there's more Max. Want to see stuff blowing up? There's Action Max. And if you want suspense,
I love thriller movies.
There's Thriller Max. 4 different channels for the movie fans. It's Multimax from Cinemax.
Oh, that's good. We need some more toilet paper.
All new adventures.
Bad monkey.
All new songs.
Getting gay with kids is here.
All new drama.
Whoa, dude.
Same old attitude.
You're gonna be held back a grade if you don't look. Did you just flip me off?
South Park, Wednesdays at 10 p.m., 9 Central, only on Comedy Central.
So the sales guy at this local satellite dish place tells us, good news, because we can now get local channels.
They do, but not all of them.
When they say local stations, they don't mean everything.
And I have to pay extra, and I have to pay extra every month.
Every month.
Every month.
Who decides which local channels I get?
They choose what local channels.
So I have to pay extra for them, but I don't get to pick them. So what am I paying for?
Satellite TV isn't all it's dished up to be.
I spent a lot of time with this guy, but I don't think he knew what he was talking about.
59-52, you're going to get a look at this three-point shot.
Terrence Mead is a guy that had to get involved, and it was created by Tarek London on good penetration, drawing the defense in, kicking it out to Terrence Mead with his feet set, and he knocked it down. And that's one of the big plays in this ball game, and he's one guy that needed to be involved because the three-point shot was so important to Alabama.
Wofford has gone on a drought of 1 minute and 28 seconds from the floor. And now we've got a whistle away from the ball, holding violation against Alabama, and it's going to be a 1-and-1 coming up for Wofford.
They were holding the cutter, cutting away as he made the break, and they were holding the wrong guy. Great free throw shooter. Let's take a look at bench points, Jeff. 15 by Alabama, 13 by Wofford. We said at the offset of the contest that we needed bench points out of Alabama or Wofford. They both have done a good job in that area.
This year, Alabama has gotten an average of 47 points off their bench. Wofford has averaged 17 points per ball game off their bench. So you can see the difference in this ball game and what they've done coming in.
Yeah, you have to have touches to get points like that, and Wofford has limited the touches by slowing the game down.
Chadwick now with 22 points and defensive pressure and a timeout called by London. He knew he was trapped, and he uses the timeout to be a 30-second timeout, or the 20-second timeout, rather.
Excellent strategy out of the timeout. Get the free throws, knock them down, go to pressure, and get after it in the press. And that was a surprise. The element of surprise ended up in a good play for Wofford.
Well, after this ball game, we're not done yet. We still have some more basketball coming up. Right now it is 59-54, and coming up next, it's going to be Denver at Ohio State by tape delay right here on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
That Denver basketball team playing much better this year. Marty Fletcher went there to build a program. He's finally got it going a little bit. Ohio State, a very solid basketball team.
Ian Chadwick with 22 points on the night. He is 12 of 12 from the free throw line.
Wofford surprised everybody, including me, you. They go to a matchup zone. I think what they're going to do here is show zone and go man. That's exactly what they did. They went out of the zone right back to a man. Good strategy.
And a foul away from the ball. I think they're going to call Ravenel on this one as he knocked Meade to the floor. Yep, Ravenel called for the personal.
That was a very good call by the officials. It was a solid screen set by Meade, and he just ran flat over the top of it.
If you're just tuning in and want to know where the heck is Wofford, they're located in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Free throw by Meade is good. He has 9 points in the game. Lead stretched out to 6. This kind of ball game, even though it's been somewhat of a struggle for Alabama, is a good game for them because they had to face a different style than they've been used to playing.
Well, Terrence Meade went to the free throw line. He's an excellent free throw shooter, and that was a good break for Alabama.
This is really the first team that's tested Alabama to this point. They've been blowing people out by an average of 40 points per ball game.
Good switch by Alabama to take away Chadwick's outside jumper. He's got a wide open there, though.
Three-pointer roll out, would not fall.
They got what they wanted.
That would have cut the lead in half, and the alley-oop slam!
Well, Crimson Tide, it couldn't have come at a better time. It's got the crowd involved with 2:34 to go in the ball game.
Gerald Wallace getting about a 9.3 on the Richter scale.
Yeah, the crowd is really involved.
And that's a two-pointer for Chadwick. You know, it counts the same, but it doesn't have the same impact. Look right again. That one hit the rim. They're going for Wallace. And back the other way quickly. Looking to get on the board is Largent, and it is good for 3.
Ill-advised pass has created 5 points quickly for Wofford. They're right back in the basketball game. Down in this point of the game, you need to take care of the basketball, and I'm sure Mark's going to make them aware of that.
4-point ball game. We're at a minute 53 to play. London on the near side. Up front to Meade.
Alabama taking time.
Wallace. Dished it off. Nice give. And the shot by Meade is good.
Give Gerald Wallace the credit for drawing the defense, dropping the basketball, penetrating pitch. Great play by Gerald Wallace. Meade knocks it down.
The lead is 6, a minute and a half to play. Wofford. This is Chadwick. Nice left-handed shot off the glass.
Unbelievable. What an athlete that young man is.
He has really come on strong here in the second half. It's a 4-point game again, and we're approaching the 1-minute mark in this contest.
This has been a great game to watch. A lot of strategy, some great plays. Alabama's been tested really hard, and they're still being tested.
Down to a minute and 15 on the shot clock.
Wofford showing zone, but playing man.
This is London driving and dishing it off. Walker missed it. It's Wallace the rebound, and he's fouled.
Wofford got what they wanted. They got a missed shot by Alabama, but Gerald Wallace, the man of the hour, steps up. He created the last basket with a drive. He creates 2 free throws by a great rebound. He's been a force in this game tonight. There's the pass off, the missed shot. Gerald Wallace where he should be, gets it, goes right back up and gets fouled. Hasty thought he didn't foul, but I believe he got him a little bit.
Wallace has not done as well from the free throw line tonight. He is 4 out of 8. Make that 5 out of 8 from the free throw line. And that was the 5th foul. And so Hasty will come out and into the ball game. And Sterling. Wallace will go to the free throw line. Wallace in double figures in both rebounds and in scoring in this game tonight. And his free throw way short.
He's shooting with his knees locked, and that sometimes creates problems. Makes you shoot the ball with your arm, and he's not following through on his shot. He needs a little work on that one. He's bending a little bit more this time. He's probably knocked this one down.
There he goes.
I find myself coaching a little bit too much here, you know. That's why if you've been a coach too long.
5-point difference and 48.8 left in the game. Dudley back in for Alabama.
This is a big possession for both teams. The defensive possession means Alabama's got to put extreme pressure and not let Ian Chadwick get open for the wide open 3.
We were tied at 28-28 at the halftime. It's now 66-61 Alabama. Chadwick for 3. Came up short. And pulling down the air ball was Wallace.
Great rebound by Wallace.
And a foul in the backcourt to try to stop play.
Well, it looked like Wofford forced a shot, but what they did, they got it to their best player, and they wanted him to go for 3, and he's one of the best three-point shooters in the country. It just didn't knock it down, and Alabama did what they've been doing all night, come up with a big play. Gerald Wallace comes up with a play.
Free throw is by London. London now with 3 points, all here in the second half. This one won't go, and the rebound away to Wofford. It's a 6-point ball game. Chadwick to the right wing to Pryor for 3, no good, and the loose ball chased down by Wofford. We're going to get another shot from the corner. Sterling's good for 3.
Sterling's had a good performance tonight. Good double up. Foul occurs again.
It's a 3-point ball game with 10.7, and Wofford does what they have to do, and that's foul. They're out of timeout, so they couldn't call the timeout after the made basket.
I was getting ready to mention it would be a good strategy to get everybody straight, but with no timeouts, it's very difficult to do. But he does have a veteran basketball team out there, and they're talking to one another. They know what they want to do. Ravenel is the leader right now.
In the game tonight, Ian Chadwick has a couple of three-pointers. He came into this game with 232 career three-pointers.
This has been a good test for Alabama because they're put in so many pressure situations, having to make big shots, having to make free throws, and they've come through in some and missed on others.
London gets the second one to go. 2 out of 4 off the line, 4 points in the game. The lead is 4, and we're down to 7 seconds. From the corner, Sterling for 3, in and out, not good, and that's going to do it. Alabama's going to survive this one, as Wofford gave them all they wanted in this game. But Alabama scores 40 points in the second half, and they win it by a score of 68-64 after Wofford had gone to the locker room deadlocked at 28-28.
Well, this was a solid basketball game by Wofford, a team that lost because they were able to control the tempo. Alabama had a solid performance in the second half because they picked up defensive intensity and they went down and got some easy baskets on the run. They did a real good job in the second half, having to come from down and not being able to control the tempo.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. The final score again was Alabama 68 and Wofford 64. For Sonny Smith and the entire crew, I'm Jeff Lloyd saying so long, everybody.